Kamala Harris. Some people love Kamala Harris for what exactly, I'm not so sure about. All right, but a lot of people, like, she's really getting a lot of fire. And I told people, like, you know, I realize that she can be a formidable opponent to a progressive candidate because she gets so much push from the corporate media, and she knows how to take advantage of those moments most of the time. Most of the time she does well. Here's a clip from CNN where they were talking to her about her appearance. You know, she was recently, you know, on the Senate Judiciary Committee questioning William Barr, the Attorney General, raking him over the coals, making him look like a very pissed off Colonel Sanders. Someone pointed out, he also looked like John Goodman from Roseanne, William Barr, a broke John Goodman. Somebody on YouTube, I think it was. He did, he does, he is. So look, guys, here goes the clip of Kamala Harris getting a massage, a corporate propaganda massage on CNN. You can't call it an interview at all.
I want to ask you about your campaign for the president. In our latest poll, I'll pull it up for everybody, the candidate that voters say they want to learn more about, you are at the top. 23% of respondents chose you, that they want to hear more from.
Oh, you mean the poll that your partner SRS did, where they only talked to people over 55 or 50 or something, and only people that made a certain amount of money. They didn't talk to any millennials or really any Generation Xers, because we're under 50. Some of us, like me, are under 50. Left a whole lot of people out of the survey. You mean that poll that's, once again, is held by a company that works for you? Yeah, that poll, Tim, that poll that's faulty, that didn't include people who said they didn't have a preference, or didn't include people that said, I'm not interested at all. Only looked at the people who did say, where 54% of the people or something said they couldn't make their mind up about who they wanted to support at all. Like, it was way too early for them. And another, like 40% of the people, or some weird number, some very high number, like maybe 45 said they would probably change their minds as time goes on. You mean that poll that you keep referencing in order to leverage and social engineer and psyop and mind screw all the people that happen to watch your program and think you're legitimate news? You mean that poll? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same poll, that's all.
Furthermore, you have another distinction of getting the highest ratings of any CNN candidate town hall. What is it about you that you think voters find so intriguing?
Well, I think that, you know, I have been traveling the country. I've been spending a lot of time in Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina and Nevada, a lot of the early states in particular. And I think what I'm finding is that people want a leader who has the ability to speak the truth about what's not working in our country. I think that people want someone who has a proven track record of leadership. I have held elected office and leadership roles in local government and state government and now in the federal government. I think that people want a leader who has a proven track record of knowing how to fight and be successful. I took on the 5 big banks of the United States during the foreclosure crisis that robbed so many American families of their homes. And I'm finding that there is a lot of interest and excitement, frankly, in the possibility of having the next president of the United States be someone who actually has a vision for the future of our country as opposed to just looking in the rearview mirror. And so that's the kind of feedback I get when we're on the road. So I'm assuming that's what it is.
Maybe one of the reasons why they like you, Kamala Harris, I think it's more has to do with they like that you're brown. Because all that other stuff you're talking about, you haven't demonstrated that at all. If people dug a little closer, you said you went after the banks, they would find out that you didn't go after Steve Mnuchin. And that's the reason why we have a horrible Treasury Secretary. Yeah, you wouldn't prosecute him even though it was found, your office found, that he foreclosed on thousands and thousands of poor people illegally. He stole their homes, and you did nothing about it. You let the guy walk, and when we asked you, why did you let him walk? You said, well, my office made the decision, but it was your office. You ran the office. Now, the reason why you're doing well in any poll, if you are, which I find suspect, is because you lie. You are a, right-winger when you need to be a right-winger in order to win an election. You were on the left when it was time to be on the left, and you're progressive when it's time to be progressive, and you're down the middle when it's time to be down the middle. But you have no core. You stand for nothing. You're formless. You take the shape of whatever the situation needs you to be or requires you to be in order to be successful. That doesn't make you a leader. Now, you may win. I think you win because you got money. So people gave you money. People have donated to you. Sort of like Steve Mnuchin. This is not over. There's a little bit more because Donald Trump made a couple of tweets about her.
Yesterday, and he used another insulting word. Let me play this for you and everyone. Okay.
He performed incredibly well today, and for the country, he performed well.
Kamala Harris.
Well, she was probably very nasty. You have three of them running against me, and they're up there ranting and raving like lunatics, frankly, and they're running, and how is that fair? So you have Bill Barr, highly respected, great attorney general, and he's got to take the abuse from people that are running for office. They don't care about this. They're just looking for political points.
Okay, that was on Fox Business. That was the second time he's used the word nasty about you. What's that about?
God only knows. Listen, let me be very clear about how I think about what is important and what is before us. We have a president of the United States whose primary interest, I think, that has been clear as a result of what we know from the Mueller report. His primary interest has been to obstruct justice. My primary interest is to pursue justice. And you can call that whatever name you want, but I think that's what the American people want in a leader.
All right, where do we start? This is funny. Donald Trump is right about the grandstanding, about the Amy Klobuchar, Cory Booker, Spartacus, and Kamala Harris both grandstanding. That's what they were doing, exactly what they were doing. And some did it even worse than them. Like, there was a lot of grandstanding. Absolutely, they were doing it for political points. They're running to get the Democratic nomination, and they're on the world stage, and they're trying to shine. Whether they care about William Barr or not remains to be seen, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because what's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing. Nada. Nada's going to happen. So it was all showboating. I agree with Donald Trump there. And anybody, if you watch it, you'll see. I mean, one of the questions they keep giving her credit for was asking William Barr, why didn't he go examine all of the evidence that Robert Mueller examined? I'm like, why have Mueller if you're gonna ask Barr to do Mueller's job? It didn't even make sense to me. And I'm not a William Barr supporter. I'm trying to cut back on my fried chicken. And I don't watch Roseanne anymore. But anybody who watched it can kind of get the sense, if you're not mind screwed, if you're not, into groupthink, then you probably saw what I saw. And the other part about nasty, Kamala, you really don't know why Donald Trump called you nasty. You really don't know. Kids, leave the room. See, there's this little thing going around about this black politician, old Willie Brown, who ran things in California, made real popular. When he was 60, he was dating Kamala Harris. And it wasn't sneaking off in the hotels in the middle of the night. No one knew about it. It was out in the open. He was a married man. She was 30. He was 60. A lot of people say that Kamala is nasty because of that. Now, I don't make videos talking about it. I've never mentioned it until now. Donald Trump is sly and slick, but that's why he probably called her nasty a couple times. And Kamala Harris laughs it off and says, I don't know why. I don't waste my time figuring it out. You know why he's saying it. We all know why he's saying it. All it would take is for you to go to a comment section on any Kamala video, and you'll see a bunch of people, particularly black people, calling her something else besides Kamala. It has something to do with a camel and a toe. All right. So anyway, guys, and I put out a video. Go to my YouTube channel. You'll find me talking about Kamala Harris and how I think she is dangerous. I think for the very reasons I just pointed out. I mean, they're propping her up. You see the lap dance they're giving her right there on CNN. Yeah, they're just giving her the, woo, Kamala, woo, and she knows how to take advantage of the moments. She does that. But like Pete Buttigieg, like Cory Booker, like Elizabeth Warren, who I'm really disappointed in, they all met with Hillary Clinton before the election. I mean, they all met with Hillary Clinton recently for the 2020 election. And they all attended this meeting that was designed to stop Donald Trump. Now, I don't know if Elizabeth Warren attended that meeting, but she did meet with Hillary Clinton. So Kamala Harris has been courting the same donors as Hillary Clinton for quite some time, at least back to 2017. That's Obama's pick. At least it appeared to be. They're all trying to form Voltron to stop Bernie Sanders, okay? That's what's happening. Kamala Harris is dangerous because there are people who are not paying attention to politics who are going to like a black woman who looks black, who appears to be black, who likes Bob Marley, who goes after Trump and can talk. They're going to like that, okay? I don't think it'll be enough to stop Donald Trump, but I'm telling you what they're going to do to try to win the Democratic primary. Okay? All right.